What's going on, guys? How's everybody doing today? Today is May 23rd, Tuesday, and 3:30 in the afternoon. So I want to check in with you guys real quick and just give you guys a quick update on what I've been doing. Now, I've been home since last Wednesday. Came in, brought a load in from Odessa, dropped off in Houston. And the reason why I came in was because last Wednesday, my son had signed his letter of intent to go to school in San Antonio, as well as we had playoffs Thursday, Friday, and Saturday was going to be an if game. But luckily, the boys went ahead and swept the series. So now they move on to the fourth round, which will start this Thursday. It's only gonna get tougher for them, guys. It's only gonna get tougher for the boys. But anyways, with that being said, yeah, I've been home since last Wednesday, and I'm gonna be home all week because not only does he have playoffs, he has graduation Friday morning. So we have a lot of people coming in starting Thursday. So I didn't want to risk on being stuck somewhere on the road. I just didn't. Plus, I have to do things around the house, but while I've been home, I've been doing some online driving around. I did a couple of days last week. I did Sunday night, and then I did yesterday just a little bit. Last night, that is. Man, my experience so far has been very, very great. Now, it's kind of hard to grasp, what I can and can't make, because it's been a lot of off and on. Hasn't been really a good run for the evening. Okay. For instance, last Sunday night, I started at 11:30 and then ended around 3:30. Now, the reason being is because the night was very, very good. Okay. I had some great rides, and I only did 8 rides. I did 5 on the Lyft side and 3 on the Uber. Now, I went ahead and recall the last video I shared my thoughts on the Lyft side, how it was going to be a buzzkill, because on the Lyft platform, as new drivers, you don't get to see riders' information until you get to a certain tier. That wasn't the case, guys. That wasn't the case. I went ahead and took the chance on to see how Lyft was going to work out that night, and I was seeing the same kind of information I see on the Uber side. The only difference on the Lyft platform is, and I guess that's how the rider sets up their profile, their settings or whatever you want to call it. But I was able to also view some of these people's profile picture. Okay, so it gives you an idea on who you might be picking up. So I don't know if recently Lyft did a change to their app or what, but I know when I first started, a couple of weeks ago, I wasn't receiving any kind of rider's information. And that's why I said that video that was going to be kind of like a buzzkill, because, I read that you have to do at least 40 rides before you get to a certain tier, before you get that rider's information. So, and I didn't want to go somewhere where I wasn't, sure where I was going, how far it was going. What if it's in an area I don't want to go to, so that was kind of a buzzkill. But I took the chance last Sunday night, and man, it paid off. It paid off not only because I got to see riders' information, but right off the bat, man, I was ready over $100 the first 2 hours. The first ride, I picked up a lady going to the hotel around the corner from the airport. Now, granted, I don't live that very far from the airport, so I picked up a lady going to the airport's hotel because she was picking up a flight early in the morning. When I dropped her off at the hotel, it picks up your location, and it basically almost directs you to go to the staging area of the airport to pick up rides that are coming in. And they call these queues. They try to direct you to go to the queue to the staging area. Now, I don't know how it happened, because the queue is basically a first come first serve. They put you in line, Okay. But as soon as I dropped off that lady at the airport, or at the airport hotel, I got a ping, paying $75. Okay, $75. No, take it back. It was like $50. It was $50 going, picking up at the airport and going 20 minutes down the road to Webster, Texas, which is right outside Pearland. Obviously, I went ahead and took it. I jetted over to the airport, which is only like maybe 3 minutes down the road from the hotel. Very nice lady. She came in from San Francisco. She had a meeting that Monday morning. And then I wasn't that very far from the airport, so I took my chances going back. Picked up another gentleman, another passenger. He came in from Atlanta. That one was paying $35, going a little bit further out, but I went ahead and took it. There wasn't that many people Sunday night at the queue, or in the queue. And you get to see off the hand how many riders are, or how many drivers are in the queue. Okay, and it also tells you what kind of drivers are in the queue as well, as in like Uber X, Uber XL, Luxury, Comfort, Uber Black. It gives you a breakdown, so there wasn't that many drivers, and maybe that's the reason why I got rides right off the bat. So needless to say, guys, Sunday night was a very, very successful night. It was, great. I finished the night pretty good. I could have done more, but I had given myself a $150 goal to reach, and I also gave myself from 11:30 to about 5 o'clock in the morning, and because that's when the traffic starts picking up around Houston, and I didn't want to get caught up in the morning traffic. Okay, now there's surges, definitely there's surges around that time because people are going to work, as well as there's surges around 5 o'clock in the afternoon that starts around 4 because people are getting off work and they want to go home. Okay, I haven't experienced those surges yet because I have other obligations, as taking my wife to work, as well as picking her up from work, which is where I'm at now. Okay. But overall, guys, one thing I definitely want to share with you guys is, you don't want to drive around, just because an area you feel like it's not hitting, or rides are coming in. You definitely don't want to drive around in hopes on getting a ride, because, I guess it's the way the locator, or however you want to call it, picks you up. And I see a lot of rides coming in, but they're going in the opposite direction, picking up, and then going back where I was going. Okay, so it's a lot of backtrack. So to me, I just see that's going to be of a I won't say a nuisance, but it'll be a waste of time. You rather just go ahead and park and let the rides come to you. Okay. Now, if you want to sit for like 30 minutes and nothing's happening, it all depends on the time of day that you're in, as well as maybe the area. Okay, you want to move just a little bit, but you just don't want to drive in circles. Hopefully that you're just going to go ahead and just pick something up out of thin air, because like I said, the locator is not really directing or getting an idea where you're at, so it's just throwing a rider in your vicinity. And it might be 6 miles where you just came from, and then you have to turn around and then go back in the same direction, or just to go drop them off. That's what I was noticing, yesterday. Okay, yesterday I tried to start a little bit early, earlier than I did the night before. Sunday night, like I said, I started at 11:30. Last night I started at 10. I went to the queue, which was the airport staging area, thinking that I was gonna get a ride. Now, with that being said, guys, last night, man, there was like, 40 cars in the queue, which was a lot of cars. Okay, that was just on the Uber side. On the Lyft side, which might be the same cars that are being accounted for, but it was like around 30, 35 cars. Now the crazy thing about that is that once you reject, like say, you get pings, right, for rides, and you reject 3 rides in a row, especially on the Uber side, it'll ask you if you're still there or if you want to go online. Well, you can hit continue going online, and then, hold on. So you hit continue going online, right? So you won't have to log off, right? And then If you reject 2 more after that, it automatically knocks you off. So you have to log back in, or at least get back online. Okay. That was so much of a, kind of like of an inconvenience, because also, it was telling me that I lost my spot in the queue. Okay. So I have to go the back of the line, which to me was like, okay, made no sense. Okay, why am I going to the back of the line? So it's almost like they're kind of forcing you to take a ride. If not, then they're just going to go ahead and kick you out and put you at the end of the line. Which was kind of a shady thing to do. Okay, it's kind of like they're forcing you to take a ride. If you don't accept the fifth, potential rider, so to speak. Okay. But yeah, last night, last night was a learning. Like I said, you get to see the rider's information as like where you have to go to pick them up, as well as where you have to go to drop them off. So I was getting a lot of rides in last night, guys. It's not that I wasn't. It's just there was areas to where I was being picky, and I don't want to fall into that category to where I'm being picky. Okay, so if I go out tonight again, I'm just gonna go ahead and just let it ride. Okay, let it flow. But last night I was being picky on what kind of rides I wanted to take. So I was there for about an hour, just waiting, literally waiting. Okay, which is almost not a good thing to do. But if I can get a ride that's paying between $40 to $50, within that first hour, it's gonna make it worth, while to wait. Okay, because really, guys, really, honestly, a lot of people cherry pick, and that's what they call it, cherry picking. They just wait for that one diamond in the rough ride. Okay, but honestly, ask yourself, when have you made or had a job other than trucking, have had a job that pays roughly between $40 and $50 an hour. Okay, so I mean, I told myself after waiting for an hour, rejecting a lot of rides that were paying pretty decent, but I was just waiting for that golden egg. Okay, I just told myself, you know what, I'm tired of waiting. It's already going on, 11:30. So I just told myself, the next ride that comes up, that's going pretty decent, paying pretty good, I'm just gonna go ahead and take it. Well, ride came up, and I saw Galveston. And I saw something that I thought it said Old Galveston Road, which was a road that was literally 15 minutes down the road. Okay, my mistake, rookie mistake. I didn't see the breakdown on how far I have to go pick them up, because it said Hobby Airport, so I knew I was 2 seconds away from picking up the rider. And then it tells you how far you have to go to drop them off. I failed to look at, even though they're right, even though it's right there, I failed to look at it. All I saw was Galveston Road. Now, the reason why I jumped on it so quick is because on the Uber, it only gives you like 5 seconds to react to it. If not, someone else grabs it or it just goes away. And then on the Lyft side, it gives you around 10 seconds, and then someone else picks it up or it goes away, right? So I was like, you know what, the next ride that makes sense, I'm just gonna go ahead and take it rather than someone else snagging it from me or it goes away. So when I saw Galveston, for some reason, I just thought I saw Old Galveston Road. Okay, so I hit it, boom, locked it in. It was paying $35. $35 for going, I thought, right down the street. Right down the street. Nope, that wasn't the case, guys. That wasn't the case. It was going to Galveston, Texas, which was an hour down the road. Okay, straight shot down 45 South. Not that very far from me, but still, the chances of me getting a ride coming back out was slim to none. Well, not only that, and it was a cool guy. He just came in from Iowa. He runs his family's Cajun seafood supply company or whatever it was. He just came in from Iowa on a business trip, and good conversation guy, good conversation. And but on the way to Galveston to drop him off, the freeway was closed. There was a bad accident, and the traffic was diverted off the freeway and further up, and we got back on. Apparently someone lost control, fell off the overpath and landed on the road below. And I want to say the person passed away because the way they had the wreck set up, there was a sheet over the truck. It was upside down. Yeah, there was a lot of traffic, So needless to say, that hour ride turned into like an hour and a half, So yeah, rookie mistake, next time I need but I was like, man, next ride that makes sense. I'm sitting going to snag it real quick, and, and basically I jumped the gun on it. So last night, I think I only did maybe 4 rides, totaling around $100. So yeah, I mean, rookie mistake, I'm gonna try to be mindful next time. But I do see the benefits, guys. I do see the benefits on having your own personal vehicle because it allows you to go under both platforms. If one is not hopping, you can jump on the other one and then go from there, because I've had my moments on the Lyft side to where I had some good rides as well as on the Uber side. But I do see the benefits, using your own personal vehicle. You're allowed to use both platforms. The only thing is you depreciate your vehicle. You put the wear and tear, the miles, etc., etc. Now, if you go ahead and rent a car, you're only entitled to use one platform. Whatever platform you use to rent that car, that's the platform you can only use. All right. So it does have its pros and cons on both sides. Okay. You rent a car, maintenance, unlimited miles, etc., etc., but you can only work off one platform, so you're only limited to work on one platform. But then you use your own personal vehicle, you get to use both platforms. It's your own pride and joy, but you depreciate, the worth of the vehicle, with the miles, the wear and tear on the tires, everything. So it's completely up to the person themselves, but like I said, I mean, and I've gotten a lot of compliments on my vehicle, because like I said, on the Uber side, I'm entitled to be classified as a Uber X, Uber XL, and the Uber Comfort. Okay. On the Lyft side, I'm considered as Lyft Luxury, or Lyft Lux, which is basically almost the same thing as Uber XL. So with that being said, guys, it has its benefits, but then again, it also has its flaws in it, so to speak. Okay. I have yet had a passenger to where I just want them out of my car or anything like that. All my passengers have been fairly nice, very, how can I say it, respectful. It all depends on where you want to go. There's times to where I'll take a rider from an area into a area where I don't want to pick someone up, and I don't want to basically seem ugly, but I just rather, especially if I'm going to be doing it at 3 o'clock in the morning. Okay. I don't want to pick someone up that that can put me in danger, so to speak, and I'll just leave it at that. But I do see a difference in riders. Riders overnight. You got people picking up, coming from bars, restaurants, going to work, coming from work, and some like to talk, some don't like to talk because they had a long day or whatever you want to call it. And then when I drive in the morning, it's usually like around 9 o'clock to like around 3. It's people either going to work, going to either doctor's appointments. I've picked up ladies with babies, and they have to supply their own car seat. But I've had people, like I said, go to doctor's appointments, being dropped off at shopping centers. Trying to think what else. I haven't done the surges on the afternoons, meaning from like 4 o'clock in the afternoon to like around 6, mainly because, like I said, I have to pick up my wife at work. And I haven't done them in the morning because I have to take my wife to work. And by the time I drop her off and everything's said and done, the morning surge is over. Okay. I would like to try it to see how it works. The other day, in fact, last Friday, I was coming from the north side of Houston. I had a real nice surge paying $60 going an hour, but it was going to put me in an area to where I might be running late to pick up my wife at work. So with that being said, guys, I've had some experience. All have been positive so far. Some learning experience. That's how we can only get better, on new things that we encounter, is trial and error, But like I said, my experience so far has been great. I'm gonna do it tonight as well as tomorrow night, and then maybe Thursday night. I just want to basically take advantage of the time that I have at home. So with that being said, guys, if you guys have any questions, feel free to list them below, and I'll try and get to you guys as soon as I can. I'm also going to do a separate channel solely speaking on Uber and Lyft and my adventures, so to speak, and I'll let you guys know when I do so. So with that being said, guys, talk to you guys later.